Testing. Great, no echoes. All right, that's good. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to start in 5 minutes. All right, everyone. We're going to start in 5 minutes. Three more minutes. Hey everyone, whoever's here, thank you so much. We're gonna get started at 7 o'clock, so 3 more minutes to go. All right, 1 minute to go. Okay, everyone, we're gonna get started. I'm really, really excited to be here with you. Oh, oops. Okay, so welcome. I'm really excited to be here with you today because we're going to talk about how you can land more listings through Instagram, even if you have no budget for ads. So I just want to start off by asking you guys a couple questions. Just a sec, let's make sure this is working. There we go. Okay, so first off, how many of you are sick and tired of posting on social media with no results? If this sounds like you, just type 1 in the chat. Now, how many of you would love to open your Instagram account and have a flood of messages from clients looking to work with you? How cool would that be? Just type 1 in the chat. Yes, I love it. I love to see those ones. Now, last question. How many of you wish you could get real followers without needing to spend hours and hours creating content? Type 1 in the chat. Yes. I love it. I love it because that's exactly why I created this webinar, Land More Listings with Zero Ad Spend through Instagram. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. And I just want to tell you that I totally understand the pain of spending hours and hours creating content, posting it, and then nothing happens. I also understand not even having enough time to create a post, let alone an entire month's worth of content. I know how daunting it can feel to even want to create content when you just feel like you're shouting into the void. I get it. When I first started, I knew social media was an amazing way to attract clients, but it felt so overwhelming. But I knew I had to make it work. Oops. I knew I had to make it work because I had actually quit my 9-to-5 and moved to Thailand to teach English. In Thailand, foreigners aren't allowed to do any other work aside from teaching. So online marketing and remote work were my only options. And at first I struggled with questions like, what kind of posts do I need to create? Does simply posting something every day work? How come I posted and nothing happened? Why aren't clients flocking to my DMs? But with a little hard work, I got my first gig and I couldn't believe it when the money hit my bank account. It was only $80 at the time, but it felt huge. And that was the turning point. I got obsessed with digital marketing. And over the next few years, I went from a struggling freelancer to a highly specialized agency that understands the needs of real estate agents today. And when I say obsessed, I mean obsessed. I've spent over $35,000 on coaching and consulting for my business to help me understand how to attract clients on social media. And now I'm bringing everything I've learned here to you. Look, we all know the market is crazy. We all know the pandemic has caused a massive labor shortage and long time delays that could be felt throughout. I know you guys have been working in overdrive, answering calls and emails at all hours of the day and night, writing offer after offer that doesn't get accepted because of fierce bidding wars. I know how scarce listings are right now and how much competition there is. Sometimes it feels like for every one listing, there's 100 agents trying to get it. And you know what? It's true. There are 100 agents for every one listing. So how do you stand out from the crowd? How do you make sure that you are the agent that gets the listing? The answer is simple: a proper digital marketing strategy. Using Instagram in a way that your competitors aren't, maximizing your time, and making sure your marketing is working for you. So that's exactly what you're here to learn in this masterclass. We're going to go over a strategy that can work for all social media platforms. But today we are going to focus on Instagram because that is where the biggest opportunity is to stand out from the competition right now. You are going to discover how to save time, have sellers come to you, and learn exactly how to build a following with zero ad spend. Plus, I'm giving you all of the tools you need to leverage Instagram to be the go-to agent in your market. Lastly, you're going to learn to leverage Instagram to build trust and attract a steady flow of clients. Doesn't that sound good? Type 1 in the chat. Amazing, amazing. I'm so excited to teach you guys today and to give you all of the tools you need to succeed. I promise I'm going to share with you as much as I can in the time that we've got together today. But I also know that some of you are going to want some additional help and support to really accelerate your growth. So don't worry, I've got you handled. You know I've got your back, because before we wrap up, I promise I'm going to take a few minutes to share with you how you can get that support and even how you can work with me to implement these strategies. Is that okay? Let's check the chat. Yeah, awesome, awesome. I'm really happy to see that. Great. So to make this super simple, I've broken the process down into 3 steps for leveraging Instagram to land more listings. But before we really get into it, let's take a minute, grab your favorite drink, grab a notebook, a pen, or open your Google Docs, turn off your phones, and let's get started. I'll give you guys like 10 seconds. Okay, everyone ready? Let's dive in. So, step 1 is to have a solid content strategy. Social media is about consistency and it's about showing up. If you don't show up on a regular basis, you'll see that your followers will drop off. You won't be able to grow your following, and you might even kill some deals, because when people Google you and they see that you're not active, they're going to move on to someone who is. This is really the only way to grow a following, even if you want, the only way to grow a following if you want real followers and real leads. You have to cultivate it by showing up on a regular basis. If you do this right, it's an inexpensive way to grow your know, like, and trust factor, to build a following of potential clients and people who can refer you, and to become well-known in your target audience. So what I'm really telling you is that you need to post at least once a day to gain followers, build a reputable brand, and start to see real results. But it's not enough to just post. You also need to have great content. So what is that? Great content is content that your audience can engage with, content that's valuable to them. For instance, if you only work with buyers, then you're not going to want to make posts that aren't relevant. So you're not going to talk about things like how to stage your home to sell or why curb appeal is important. Instead, you're going to be talking about things like new listings in the area, updates to mortgage terms, how to get a loan. You also want content that's entertaining. You need to have a little fun and create content that people want to share with their friends and family. You should always let your personality shine through a little bit. So now let's talk about how you can actually do this. Now, if that seems like a lot for you, don't worry, because I've got some free bonuses that we'll go over at the end to make this super easy. So stay tuned for that in just a little bit. But for now, the best way to create content to fill up an entire month is to use what we call content pillars. Content pillars are essentially 3 to 5 broad topics that become the umbrella for the rest of your content. For example, for real estate agents, you could use pillars such as market stats, neighborhood guides, new listings, or self-promotion posts. Now, do you see how easy that can be? We went from having no idea what to post about to having 4 helpful categories to fall back on anytime we need help. Now, we can use these broad content pillars to narrow down and create even more engaging content. For instance, let's talk about market stats. This is great to post monthly and quarterly. Let's say you're based in Montreal. You could focus on specific neighborhoods or talk about stats for the entire island of Montreal. You can create eye-catching graphics or even just sit down and record a video of yourself talking about the statistics and trends you're seeing. You can also use it to segue into tips on how to win out in a bidding war or how to make sure you don't overprice your home even in a seller's market. Another pillar is neighborhood guides. These are really fun and there's so much you can do. Every week, you can feature a cool business, a local spot like a park or a place to rent ice skates or something like that. Neighborhood guide posts are the best way to build authority in your specific area and let people know that you are the go-to expert when it comes to that community. It's also a great way to make valuable connections in your neighborhood, which can help you boost your referral business. Once again, these posts can be in the form of videos, which can make it really easy. So imagine it simply making a video. There you take people on a tour of the area or interview the owner of a shop on camera. How would that position you with your target clients? Imagine if you always knew exactly what to post and that your content was engaging and grew your audience. Can you see how this approach will not only bring in more clients, but also position you as the go-to agent in your market? Okay, so that wraps up step number one. Now we're going to dive into step number 2 for land more listings through Instagram, which is to be consistent. So Instagram and all social media really is very concerned with making sure that people stay on their platform. In order to do that, they only want the best content to be shown in the newsfeed. So how Instagram works is they will only show your content to a small percentage of your followers at first to see how they respond. If this small segment engages with your content, then Instagram will show it to more people. If the engagement continues to be strong, it gets broadcast even wider. So the takeaway is that to reach the most people, you need to get a good amount of engagement on each of your posts. As a reminder, engagement means likes, comments, shares, and saves. Getting higher engagement depends on several factors, but one of them is how often you post. Why is that? Well, the more you communicate, the more your audience gets used to seeing your content, and the more they are likely to engage with you. If your audience is familiar with seeing you regularly on their feed, they don't have to remember who you are, what you do, why they followed you, or what your post is about. By posting regularly, you eliminate the friction between you and your audience. Keep in mind that your followers are following hundreds of accounts. They don't necessarily know who you are or what you do. But if you post regularly, then they don't have to produce this effort of remembering why your content is valuable for them. Let me give you an example. I got on an email list for a person who offered training around copywriting because of a freebie I wanted. I stayed on that list for literally over a year, before I even purchased anything. At first, I wasn't interested in what he had to offer, but he consistently showed up in my inbox. One day, I needed the very thing he had been offering, and who do you think I thought of now that I needed to purchase that kind of service? The same is true for your audience. They might not need your service right this second, but by consistently showing up in their world, you're paving the way for future sales. Now, remember, engagement is a two-way street. How do you feel when people comment on your social media posts? Amazing, right? A comment or any form of engagement typically means that your audience is loving your content. So it's important to reciprocate and respond to these interactions to keep up the momentum. The way that Instagram works is that the more engagement you create, the higher the chance people have of seeing your posts. So if you respond to and like your followers' comments, you are increasing the chance that your post is being seen by others. And this is extremely important for the success of your business's Instagram. What's more, by replying to your followers on Instagram, it shows that you care about your audience, that your business is up to date with social media, and it lets your customers and potential customers know that you're there for them. So for me, proactive engagement is about more than just training the algorithm. It's about the intention of building relationships, connecting and supporting others who in turn are going to support you. Plus, commenting or sending DMs doesn't require creating graphics, filming, editing, hashtag research. So it really eliminates a lot of excuses. Once again, by consistently showing up in their world, you pave the way for future sales. We hear this all the time, that you need to be consistent. But in real terms, what does that mean? Well, there we go. Well, it would be best if you posted and engaged with other posts every single day. However, the frequency I recommend is at least 3 to 5 times a week. I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, whoa, how will I post and engage with other posts 3 to 5, even 7 times a week? What should I post? It can be overwhelming. I totally get it. So that's why I want to give you some amazing tools to help you create content as a thank you for coming today. I got 2 tools for you. I have my content calendar template, and the second tool is my fully customizable Canva templates that you can use to create a beautiful Instagram feed. So this is a little preview of this customizable calendar. I use it to map out the topic of each post on each platform. It's a really great way to stay organized on all your social media platforms in one spot. It's also color-coded and easy to use, so you can just copy and paste every single month. Honestly, you're gonna love this tool. And the second tool is my fully customizable Canva templates that you can use to create a beautiful Instagram feed. To use the template, you'll need to sign up for a free Canva account, and then you can use these templates with your own brand colors and fonts. You'll have a fantastic unified look to your social media that aligns with your brand, which we're gonna talk about more later. I'm gonna send these tools in an email right when this presentation is over. So keep your eyes peeled for that email. You won't want to miss out on that email and getting access to those tools. So make sure you open up the email right after this presentation. Now, Imagine if you showed up every day on Instagram. That's like being at a networking event every single day. Imagine your content reaching hundreds or thousands of potential clients. How would that affect the number of leads and listings you got? Being consistent on Instagram is like having 1,000 little marketing people building relationships and bringing you leads every single day. This is the key to those types of results. This is exactly what your business needs. So, as a review, step number 1 for land more listings through Instagram is to have a solid content strategy. Step number 2 for land more listings through Instagram is to be consistent and post 3 to 5 times a week. Now, before we dive into step number 3, I just want to say that this is a lot of work. I know it can feel overwhelming. As I said earlier, I know that some of you are going to want some additional help and support to really accelerate your success. So don't worry, I've got you handled. That is why I actually offer this as a service. And I want to show you how you can work directly with me and get the most out of Instagram without all the hassle. So this is for you if you want to leverage Instagram to reach hundreds of new prospects every week, but you don't want to spend hours online searching for the right people to connect with. This is for you if you want to build a serious 7-figure agency by being visible and actually engaging with your ideal clients online. This is also for you if you want to create a steady pipeline of sales without all the stress of not knowing where your next commission is going to come from. The bottom line, if you want to land more listings and grow your agency without all the stress and hassle, then Instagram is where you want to be, and you're going to want to join my organic Instagram growth accelerator. This is a completely hands-off and hassle-free approach to gaining followers on Instagram. My team and I will help you leverage Instagram to increase sales and connect with ideal clients, while also increasing your visibility and attracting a community of fans. The way this service works is we employ an engagement strategy that allows us to actually guarantee an increase of 400 followers in 1 month. And these are real, actual people. That way, you know that every piece of content you create is going to be placed in front of potential clients. Like I said, this works so well that we guarantee you'll gain 100 followers in your first week, or you get all of your money back. So what I want you to do right now is go to this link. I'm going to paste it in the chat. And if you're interested, you can click the link right in the chat and join the Instagram Organic Growth Accelerator for $200 a month. This is already such a good deal, and we guarantee the results. But I also have even more amazing additional bonus items for you if you sign up right now. So these bonuses are a content strategy. It's my handy cheat sheet that will help you figure out what to post and act as your brand's game plan for driving traffic, leads, engagement, and sales through the content. You'll also get an audit call. After 30 days, I will personally conduct an audit call with you to see how you're liking the service and where we can help you improve your Instagram even more. Lastly, you'll get 21 tactics for engaging a target audience. So I'm throwing in all of the tricks and tips that work for me and my clients to boost our engagement on Instagram. That's $950 worth included in this service. So that's the value of 4.5 months of the service that you're going to get for free. And you're going to get all of that for just $200 a month. So you're really going to want to take advantage of this offer. So all you have to do is click the link in the chat right now and sign up so we can get started this week. Okay, so I'm sure you're all really busy signing up, but let's dive into the final step, which could be the fun part for some of us. So the third step is tying it all together. You want to tie your branding and your messaging together and to make sure that everything is really consistent. So this can be confusing for some people because there are a lot of moving parts and you have to stay consistent. I totally get it because I was lost at first too. And that's why I've mapped out this incredibly easy 3-part process. So part 1, conduct an in-depth competitor analysis. Part 2, establish your unique value proposition. And part 3, create a style guide. So for part 1, in this step, the goal is to see how you can set yourself apart from your competition. You're going to do things like review competitor websites, look at search engine optimization, review brand identities, do hashtag research, look at overall Instagram feeds, and what kind of advertising your competitors are doing. This will inform you about who you are competing with for market share. It will also tell you how you can differentiate your business and what marketing strategies to employ. So don't skip this step because it will really tell you what works and how you can be different. It's super important. On part 2, establish your unique value proposition so you can stand out on Instagram. Your UVP is the core of all your marketing. It is why clients will want to work with you. The goal of this step is to find your unique positioning so you can stand out on Instagram. In this step, you want to identify things like your core philosophies, your mission statement, and your values. Identifying these items will allow you to pinpoint your brand's value proposition to the consumer. So what exactly do I mean by that? I mean, what makes you, you? You can start by asking yourself questions like, why should I work with you and not XYZ agent in my area? Why should I trust you to sell my home or help me find my dream home? You can also think about your strengths, like, are you great at negotiating the price of a home? Do you have tricks that help sell homes for top dollar? Can you guarantee a response to every email in 24 hours? These are the types of things that will set you apart, and we need to make sure that you communicate them very clearly to your clients. Finally, part 3, create a style guide. A style guide is going to help keep everything on the same page. It can help you stay on brand, whether you are personally posting or if you're outsourcing and getting help. Your style guide can encompass everything from the tone of voice you'll use, to the color scheme you'll employ, to the way you'll position your services. It will also help you avoid posting about things that don't relate to or enhance your brand. So every time you create a post for your business, ask yourself, what does it mean for my company? Does it align with my message, or is it something that would actually just confuse my audience? Your style guide will help you stay cohesive, and you can even use it to do things like customize those bonus Canva templates that I'm sending you. It's a great way to make sure all your colors and fonts are matching, and it's going to look really, really nice. Okay, so those are the 3 parts you need to tie this all together with your branding and messaging. Conduct your in-depth competitor analysis, establish your unique value proposition, and create that style guide. So there you have it. Those are 3 steps for using Instagram to land more listings. And more than that, this is the foundation of building a brand that truly represents you as a real estate agent. Ultimately, consistency contributes to brand recognition, which fuels customer loyalty. You should always see your brand as your promise to your clients, a promise that sets you apart from your competitors. Your brand is way more than just your product, your logo, your website, or your name. So let's do a quick review of some of the things we went over today. First, we talked about having a solid content strategy, which means you're creating content that's entertaining and authoritative, and you're really consistent with your posts. Remember, no less than 3 times a week if you want to see results. We also talked about how you need to engage with your audience in the form of comments, DMs, likes, and shares to maximize your reach and exposure on Instagram. You also learned how the algorithm really works. Instagram wants people on their platform. For them, the more hours you're spending on the app, the better it is. That means the more engagement your content gets, the more people Instagram will show it to, and that means the more potential clients you get, which of course means the more money in your pocket. Plus, you definitely understand the value of being consistent. That means posting at least 3 to 5 times a week and having consistency in your brand and the overall look. Lastly, you learn the simple 3-step process to building that solid brand and tying all of this information together. Whew, okay, we made it. So I know this is a lot of information, but like I promised, I am here for you. Remember, you can get that steal of a deal for just $200 a month. I've never made it this cheap before. It's risk-free too, because I will literally give you every single penny back if you don't reach 100 followers in 1 week. In fact, I'm not even going to charge you until the 7 days is up. So let's take a quick look at some of the results I've gotten for my clients using my Instagram Growth Accelerator. So for this account, we created it from scratch on March 15th, 2021. As you can see, approximately 6 months later, we hit over 4,000 followers. That's more than 700 followers per month on average. In fact, you can see here that we grew the account 560 followers in the last 30 days between August 29th and September 27th of this year. And in that same time period, for just 1 week, we grew by 150 new followers. My client was actually so happy with the results that they asked me to manage another social media account for another real estate project. So that's this one over here. We started that Instagram account on April 23rd, and in just 5 months, we had over 3,000 followers. Of course, these are all real people targeted by age, gender, and location. So you can see that using my organic Instagram growth accelerator is the easiest, least time-consuming way to leverage Instagram to reach hundreds of new prospects every week without spending hours online searching for the right people to connect with. It's also the easiest and best way to build a 7-figure agency by being more visible and actually engaging with your ideal clients online. It's also the best way to create a steady pipeline of sales without all of the stress of not knowing where your next commission is going to come from. Bottom line, if you want to land more listings and grow your agency without all the stress and hassle, then Instagram is where you want to be. And of course, you're going to want to join my organic Instagram growth accelerator. And if you do, you're going to get all the bonuses, the content strategy, the audit call, and the 21 tactics. So don't wait, sign up right now. And thanks again. It was a pleasure to teach you exactly how to land more listings with zero ad spend through Instagram. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. It was my first one ever, and that you got a ton of value from the content. And now I'm going to open the floor to any questions that you might have. Ooh, awesome. I see a question over here. Okay, so someone asked, what are the first steps when I join the organic Instagram growth accelerator? So that's a great question. So it's super simple. You're going to click on the link I sent in the chat, and it's going to automatically take you to the order form. You just fill out your name and credit card information and click OK. Once you click OK, you're going to get a thank you page, and there's going to be a link to my calendar. Just click that link and book your call. We'll get on the call as soon as possible, and I'll just get your login information in a safe and secure way. As soon as we're logged into your account, my team and I will start immediately growing your account, and you'll start to see results in 24 hours. So yeah. Oh, and another question, can you buy followers on Instagram? Yeah, that's actually a great question. You can buy followers on Instagram. It's cheap and it's easy, but guess what? It doesn't really work, because when you buy followers, they're fake. And it doesn't really matter if you have 1 million fake followers, because fake people don't have real money and they can't buy houses and they can't pay your bills. So yeah, it's super easy. You could go on a website, you could buy 100 followers in 2 minutes. It's probably going to cost you $5. But what's the point of that? Because they're not going to be real people. So I suggest working with me instead and getting real people who have real money and really want to buy houses to give you listings and build your business. Okay, and another question. Thanks, guys. I'm really happy. What do you get when you join the Organic Instagram Growth Accelerator? Fantastic question. So this offer for $200 a month is really just focused on growing your Instagram account. So what you get is you get a dedicated virtual assistant who will spend 4 to 6 hours on your account per day, personally following targeted people, commenting, liking, sharing, messaging. There's no secret to it. Like I said, Instagram wants people on their platform. The more hours you spend per day, the more followers you're going to get. But who has 4 to 6 hours per day to spend on Instagram? I wish. You wish, but we're all busy. We all got work to do. And that's why I have real human beings who will literally spend 4 to 6 hours per day on your account, making sure that you're going to get the followers. So what exactly do you get when you join the Instagram Growth Accelerator? You get a dedicated virtual assistant and you get followers. This does not include any content, but we do offer a separate service for content creation that we can totally talk about. You can book a call with me on my calendar, and we can talk about how we can create content and manage your profile and give you even more hands-on services. But the $200 a month is just to grow your account with real people and really help you like accelerate and explode your business for as little money as possible. Okay, great. I don't see any more questions, so I'm probably going to wrap it up and let you guys get back to your Tuesday night. But I honestly had so much fun doing this, and the fact that you guys tuned in and watched me and listened to me has made me so happy. So thank you so much, and be on the lookout for another webinar coming soon. And yeah, sign up for the Instagram growth. Let's chat, let's talk. I really want to help you guys. I really want to work with everyone here. So let's see how we can do it. And thanks again.